Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10, the total market cap chart, where Ethereum is, and how big of a level where Ethereum is, and where a lot of these top cap altcoins sitting at their bear market lows. Will they bounce again, or will this time be different? All right, so if you like today's video, smack up the likes. We're going to talk about this stuff today. We talked about where these coins are at critical levels in the last live stream, but we're going to do an update today, and then you guys can go enjoy your beautiful, beautiful weekend wherever you are in the world. All right, so let's jump on into this. We're going to start with the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10. All right, so with this chart, what I want to demonstrate is how important it is to get more money into markets. So this yellow here is the global liquidity index. It shows how much new money or how much less money is going into global markets, right? So obviously we know with altcoins, right, a lot of times we need new money coming into markets, right, in the global, all around the world, in every market, in order to see altcoins kind of move up, right? And we made the case in the last video that we need to start seeing global liquidity move up, all right? Now, as you guys will notice, every single time global liquidity moves up, right, we end up seeing altcoins move up, right? Global liquidity moves up, we eventually see altcoins move up, right? And the biggest impulses for altcoins come after global liquidity moves up, right? In almost every scenario. So what I want to point out to you guys here is we are starting to see, once again, and we kind of talked about this, how it would be so likely if we see global liquidity bounce again, right, off this general trend line, right? We're here, big move up in global liquidity. Here, big move up in global liquidity. Here, move up on big move up in global liquidity. And now we're back down to that trend line and we're seeing global liquidity start to move up again. So isn't it also funny that while we have global liquidity at this level where we've seen it bounce, 4 times since 2022, all right, which means new money is entering markets, right? We're going from about 104 trillion to about 107 trillion. Wouldn't it be funny if this just kind of continues up from here, makes a high, right? And we start to see a lot of these coins and, others and total market cap and Ethereum, and, we'll talk about a few other smaller altcoins, start to bounce from these support levels. Now, what I want to make this clear is, obviously you guys can see that others is at the point where it's bounced in this market every time, right? From here, June, right? August, September, November, and back again here in February, we saw a bounce. Doesn't mean we have to see a bounce right away, right? For instance, right here, we started to see global liquidity move up, and altcoins still, from that point where it started to move up, still went sideways for, like a month or so before they follow global liquidity into a new high, right? So, which is right here, right? Global liquidity started to move up at about June 26th. You guys can see that altcoins still kind of chopped around for a bit before they followed. Kind of the same thing here. Global liquidity started to move up, right around November of 2022. Altcoins still kind of chopped around for a little bit before they saw it move up, right? So doesn't mean we have to go up right away. We could still chop around this trend line, right? Maybe even wick below it again. But ultimately, I am expecting this to result into higher prices for altcoins, right? And just to kind of illustrate, this point of, trend line bouncing again on others and global liquidity, that also leads into total market cap and what we've been talking about, which is we remain bullish on the crypto market as long as total market cap continues to hold its previous 2021 and 2024 all-time highs, and we continue to hold this green box as support, right? And we're just looking at this as a previous resistance into support flip for the total cryptocurrency, right, market, right? As we're seeing global liquidity move up, we also see in total market cap retest this previous resistance as support, and we're looking for this to move up as well. All right, and as long as this green box holds, we continue with the mantra that we are bullish on the crypto market. If we start breaking back below this green box, this time is different, right? And then we have to start talking about some other stuff. But as of right now, we are holding this, and it's looking very, very beautiful, right? And that leads us into where Ethereum is, right? And if you just kind of look at it, and I kind of want to go over a few charts today, just to show you why we are at such big levels, not only on the others chart and total market cap, but if you just look at the Ethereum chart, and we know Ethereum is a big chunk of the crypto total market cap. So where is Ethereum? Well, it's at the point where it's bounced once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and here we are again in this almost ascending triangle structure, again, as sentiment gets extremely bearish at support, right? Again, now, once again, doesn't mean we have to bounce right away. If you notice, every time we hit this, we did bounce around for a few weeks, right? Bounce around for a few weeks, bounce around for a few weeks, we bounced around for a few weeks, and actually right here, we bounced around for a few months. So it doesn't mean we have to bounce right away and go to the moon, right? We could, in theory, bounce around here for a few weeks, maybe for the rest of February, and then in March start to move up, right? So same kind of deal. As long as ETH holds this level, it's all good in the hood. We start breaking down, it's Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. This time is different, and most likely what you're seeing if Ethereum breaks this level is you're also going to see total market cap start to break this green box on weekly closes, which is we know is what we don't want, all right? So you guys can see Ethereum is such an important level on the charts. And that leads me to my next point, which is these lower cap altcoins, right? These lower cap altcoins. So where are they? And I made this point many times, okay? I'm just going to show you guys a few of the charts, and you guys can dissect whatever you want to take from this chart. But if we just look at something like Polygon, all right? Matic, whatever you want to call it. They changed their name like freaking 3 times. Not saying buy Matic. I don't own any Matic, and I don't plan on owning any Matic. Just going to use it for an example. Back down to a level where historically everyone gets bearish at the lows. Happens every single time, right? April 2021, we saw a big bounce from this level. June 2022, we saw a big bounce from this level. November 2024, we saw a big bounce from this level. Now we're back here again. And it's almost like everyone thinks that altcoins can't move up again, despite the fact that we're at the level where we've seen 3 big impulses of at least 2-3x's on Matic happen in the past. Okay, so just to show you guys one example, I could show you guys a bunch of these charts that have very similar, sort of areas of where they are. Let's go look at what's another one. And it's not saying buy into these. A lot of these are not the best, right? But, Polkadot, right? We've already seen a nice bounce from that level that we talked about in the last stream. But, November 2020, we saw a big bounce. October 2023, we saw a bounce to the range highs. November 2024, we saw a bounce to the range highs. Here we are again. No one wants to touch it. No one thinks that altcoins can move up, despite the fact that they're at the same point where they moved up 3 times in the past. Is this time different? Will they break down? Well, maybe. But if you just kind of look at where they are, guys, it makes sense for a bounce. And if you zoom in, you're already kind of seeing them bounce from the level that we talked about. It's more likely that you see a bounce buying in this green box and in these low zones. If you are a fan of these coins, is probably the better option rather than selling at the lows. All right. So here we are again, Polkadot getting a bounce. Doesn't mean we have to bounce straight to the range highs. Once again, we can bounce around for a little bit. We did it here. We bounced around for about a month or a month and a half. We could easily bounce around in here for a month, right? Something like this before getting back to the range highs. But my guess is these ranges hold, right? Which also goes into the standpoint of total market cap retesting the previous all-time highs. And so many of these coins, like Ethereum at huge support, DOT at huge support, Polygon at huge support, literally bear market lows, being must holds for the total market cap chart. Right. So my standpoint is I believe total market cap will hold this level as global liquidity increases over these next few months. And, a lot of these coins at range lows like Matic and DOT do get nice bounces, at least back to the range highs. And a lot of the strong altcoins, which we've already discussed, XRP probably doesn't moon right away. We probably have to chop a little bit more for XRP. Chainlink, holding a lot of these coins that have been holding up very well. Do extremely well before May. And why before May? Well, we know historically, if we just kind of look at, Mays in the past, sell in May and go away is a huge big deal, right? You wanted to sell in May and go away in 2021 because you saw about, for the total cryptocurrency market cap, you saw about a 56% correction in May of 2021. If we actually go back also to 2017, doesn't look like it here, but we actually saw approximately about a 31% correction for total market cap in 2017, right? So sell in May and go away is legit. And typically what we see in these post-election years is you do see a rally before May. Sometimes it's, starting in February, sometimes it's starting in January, as we looked at in the past. But we do see a rally before May, and the sell in May and go away mantra has been so true. And if you actually look at all the previous years, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, the summers have historically been pretty bad, right? Or sideways. So my plan is, and still my plan is, and you guys make your own plan because, cryptocurrency market is crazy. My plan still is ride these coins up before May, and before May, get out. And if we don't move up by May, then we got to kind of reassess and kind of see where we are, right? But my standpoint is that now we're starting to see global liquidity move up, right? The Fed isn't printing, but that probably means that other countries are. Global liquidity is starting to move up. Total market caps retesting the previous all-time high. My guess is it moves up, and you see Ethereum bounce from the support. Maybe we chop for a few more weeks, right? We see, these coins like Matic that are at range lows, and everyone's bearish on them now when, they should have been bearish on them, a little bit higher, but it is what it is. Now everyone's bearish on them at range lows, where historically it's been the best buying opportunities at these range lows. I know no one wants to hear it now because now it's just a parroted nonsense that these altcoins can never move up again, whatever. My guess is they do bounce from these points, maybe into lower highs on a lot of these, but we still get pretty good bounces on these. Like I said, maybe it takes a few weeks of chop like it has in the past. Maybe it doesn't. That's why I think being positioned is key. But that's really the story today, guys. So if you enjoyed today's video, stack up the likes. I'll catch you guys in the next one, most likely on Monday. Once again, still waiting for some good price action to hop on a stream. All right, kind of just chop it around. Some days are green, some days are red. Kind of just chop it around for a lot of these coins. Some are doing pretty well, like XRP, Litecoin. Just continue to be the fundamental coins that continue to form. Meme coins getting little bounces. I expect those to be lower highs. And yeah, that's it today, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. Catch you guys on Monday. Later.